window thin as paper, dawn like wet linen. I count the soft machines and the sound beneath the room. A clock that learned to whisper, a hallway holding rain. I learned the shape of silence when thunder learned my name. There was a river in my chest that one afternoon ran dry. Doctors dressed in softened tones like promises gone shy. I remember the way the curtains moved slow as somebody sighed, and my mother folding her hands like she was keeping time. The nurse said steady now in a voice that didn't break. I tried to pull the daylight like a blanket over ache. Felt the world unbuttoned at the seam, the air like glazed glass. I sold my breath for pennies and watched the pennies pass. But there was the breath that stayed, the one that didn't leave. A small reluctant miracle that taught me how to grieve. It sat beside my ribs like a lantern in a cave, soft and stubborn, tethered to the brave. Oh, the breath that stayed. Oh, the breath that stayed. Neighbors' faces like postcards, wires tracing wild designs. I drifted out on whispers through the ache and through the lines. There's a kind of holy quiet when you almost say goodbye, a prayer that isn't spoken but folds its hands to try. The doctors drew a map of me in ink and in regret. They wrote their careful notes like they'd forgotten to forget. Yet somewhere between the glass and the white that held my name, a humming like a mosquito, a single stubborn flame. But there was the breath that stayed, the one that didn't leave. A thrum beneath the thunder leaf that wouldn't leave the tree. It kept my island warm, it kept the winter brave. A small, bright, stubborn heartbeat clinging to the cave. Oh, the breath that stayed. Oh, the breath that stayed. I saw my life in fragments, half a photograph of spring. A dog that chased a shadow, an old guitar that wouldn't sing. I cupped my hands around the light and tried to make it sound, but the world is loud with living and I was learning how to drown. Later in the parking lot, the pavement hung like glass. I walked with borrowed courage, the night in half and half. A couple on the corner argued with the future like a child. I felt my ribs like thrift-store treasure, cracked but reconciled. There's a paperweight of memory, the moment that won't slide, when the breath that shouldn't be here decided not to hide. It folded like a paper plane, it tumbled through my chest, and when it landed gentle, oh, I learned how to rest. Yes, there was a breath that stayed, the one that didn't go. A compass in the quiet that told me what I know. It held me in the daylight and taught me how to wait for small forgiven mornings, for mercy and for fate. Oh, the breath that stayed. Oh, the breath that stayed. Now I keep a chair at table for people who might come, a candle with a steady wick, a song I hum undone. Sometimes the sky remembers how to hold the rain. Sometimes the breath that stayed sings my name again. And if you find your doorway dark, know this one truth conveyed. There's a soft and probable warmth the breath that stayed.